President, may I ask you about this current case in Florida, very controversial allegations of lingering racism within our society, of the so-called stand your ground law and the justice in that. Can you comment on the Trayvon Martin case, sir?
Well, I'm the head of the executive branch, and the Attorney General reports to me, so I've got to be careful about my statements to make sure that we're not impairing any investigation that's taking place right now. But my main message is to the parents of Trayvon Martin. You know, if I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon. If I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon.
Obama says if I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon. Some may say it was an expression of sympathy, which also identified with the black experience. But if this is so, I'd say he did a pretty poor job at it. I'm okay with the president identifying himself with the black experience, but that statement was cold. Besides that, Obama is of multiracial derivation. He just bluntly says he'd look like Trayvon, meaning he'd look black. Well, duh. Wouldn't a better statement be, I thought of words to say to you, but they all seem trite. But if this had happened to my child, I'd want answers too. It is my understanding that the state of Florida is taking this over, and a resolution is underway. Then, to signify his acknowledgment of the black experience with with an all-inclusive unifying statement, he could say, this country has gone from slavery to segregation to integration to mostly peaceful cohabitation. But if we choose to divide over this issue, we all lose. That is a unifying statement that covers all the bases. With the president supposedly being the intellectual type, I'm surprised at the way he said what he said. It's the way he said it. It sounds like someone else's words and not the president's. I tend to notice the small things. I'm not out here to make enemies, folks. But could someone help me with why the president said it like that? Why would he make a polarizing statement when it's obvious there's racial unrest? Because the signs are pointing towards possible stereotyping or purposeful racial profiling, or at the worst, outright racism. I don't think it's the extreme, but yeah, I think it's somewhere in between purposeful racial profiling and stereotyping. The racial words of this country, seem to fly out of the lips pretty easily. Without people don't even think about it. The wounds of this country are pretty much healed, more than we know. I see those old photographs of the whites only signs, and I can't imagine living in that world. It's not to say racial issues are over, but at least the wounds aren't gushing blood anymore. Thanks for watching.